Hey, welcome back. It's the Adventures of Bobby and Bobby. And yes, I am still working on this 2004 F450. I got some Timbren bump stops showing up soon, and I still got the boxes to put on. Haven't gotten to it. Been working on the DC to DC charger. I got a bunch of little stuff going on, so it's a mess. But right now, I'm still doing the maintenance so this thing can drive out of here. I ordered these on eBay because I went to Amazon and they wanted $70 for one box. Called Ford, they wanted about the same. Now, there's a lot of imitations out there. There's a lot of ones that are just really not that good. The Napa ones and some of the others, the one that comes from Vantage or Discount Auto. So I don't know. It says made in the USA. One of the key things on this filter, there's a notch, and the notch is, where's the notch? Right here. Excuse me. Notch is right up here, and once you put it in and twist it, you'll get that. Now it's important that these are plastic wrapped, and they do come with gaskets. I could have sworn that the original Fords or the Motorcrafts came in a separate little package. They said they say made in USA. Box, pretty decent looking. It says made in USA and everything. So I don't know, but this is for the filter that is in the engine compartment. It's up top. I'll show it. I normally do this one first, so everything I get less of a mess below. This is on the body, on the rail underneath. I'm gonna have to crawl under there, and I always make a mess of the stupid thing. And it's usually hard to get off too, even though I have a brand new fuel pump down there. It's a stock fuel pump, but it is brand new. So we can change that and this. We changed them probably about 2,000 miles ago, and maybe a little bit more. But I'm going to change these now, and I'm going to get back to you and show you each step. All right, be back shortly. Fuel bowl right here. This is where the filter is. I bought an aftermarket cap mainly because I like to put on a pressure gauge right here. And you can normally just screw right on. The regular one is just a regular plastic cap. And I replaced that one too because that's a Sinister diesel oil bypass. Anyway, there's the filter, and there should be a gasket in there somewhere. Yeah, there's the gasket. It's stuffed in there. I don't know. Even though it says made in USA, I just have my doubts whether it's real or not. Excuse me, allergies. And got 24 millimeter. Normally, I have the universal socket that's like 24 and 30 something to match the bottom. But this will work fine because of this stem on top. I don't have to move it, and it gets scratched up, but no one's going to see it. I got the half-inch drive ratchet, and I've got my top side creeper, as you can see. So it makes it kind of easy to get to it with this thing. Didn't have this when I had the black Harley Davidson 2007. But anyway, I will get back to you shortly once I crack this thing open. And once it drains down, I'll do the bottom. Okay, I've loosened it up. I'm just going to spin this off. And there's the filter. Put this over here on top of a rag. And I'm going to have to get something to catch this fluid. Of course, it doesn't look dirty. Let me get some rags around here. I'm going to put some rags around it and pick it up and stick it in there. What the heck? Oh, it's fluid. For a second, I thought I was seeing the gasket, but it's just filter fluid. And I'll show you how to prime this because there is a wire over here that just activates the starter. So, all right, let me get some couple rags and something to throw that in. Okay, let me see if I can do this without making a mess. And to be honest, it looks awfully clean. Filter looks the same, sort of. All right, definitely clean down there. This will all drain out when I undo the other part. So anyway, I will be right back, and I'll screw this in, and then we'll go to the bottom. And don't forget to change the gasket. Okay, it's back in there. I got a helicopter flying over top, but it seemed a little tight, and I don't know. I'm starting to doubt that these are genuine Motorcraft, but I'll put a pressure gauge on this when I'm done, once I get it running, and make sure everything works all right. Because the injectors on this it's what keeps it running, and they're real sensitive. They don't like dirt. They don't like low pressure. They don't like dirty oil. So anyway, I'll be back shortly. I'm gonna get underneath the truck and do the bottom half. Okay, we're underneath, and this is the cap right here. There isn't much room. I've got I think it's like 34. Someone can correct me, or I'll put it in there. I think it's a 34. This is a dual one. Actually, the other side would take off the other filter, but I put that aftermarket on. It was kind of tight. I'm a little concerned. This plug right here is for the water. Open this up, and if you have water in here. This is a replacement. Fuel line, that's a brake line. Now, normally what I do is I stuff a lot of rags back in here, because when you take this out, it goes all over the place. I literally be covered in diesel, and since I'm in Florida, I'll probably jump in the pool. Again, Exxon Valdez oil slick across my pool or something. But yeah, put some up here. I have a 1/2-inch ratchet that goes down to that's a 3/8 adapter in there, but it's a short motion. I've got a pipe too to get it started because it's normally a little snug. And we'll come back when I've got the cap off. Oh, there's some things about this filter. Now again, I am questioning whether these are real or not, but it does have this silky cloth, which is like a water separator, if I'm correct. Now that little notch, where is it? There it is. Oh, just dropped the gasket. All right, the little notch right there, you should have the little weep hole right there in line with it. So it's got all the markings of something real. So let's see what happens. The gasket is a little healthier. It's a heavy duty green one. I didn't know Motorcraft had green ones. I thought they were always black. But we'll see. We're going to put it together, and again, we'll test the fuel pressure after she's running. And we'll check it again before we take a long trip. I'm a fanatic with filters, so it'll probably get changed again at some point. Probably when I get up to the other house, or after we get out of the Adirondacks, or wherever we might end up going, or Alaska for all I know. But anyway, we'll be back shortly. Okay, I have made an absolute mess. I think I got it in my ears, my hair, back of my arms, everywhere. I don't think there's ever been a time I haven't. I've probably done this 30 times between the two trucks, and what a mess. Let me show you more with the filter. I'm still letting it finalize dripping, but it goes everywhere. And anyway, I'll be right back, and we'll show you the filter. Okay, here's that green gasket. There's that little hole. There's this little tab right here. So when you put it in, that little tab's going to click in. Now I don't remember if it's at the top or the bottom. I believe, I don't know. I'm going to look it up first. And when I start the video again, I'll tell you, or I'll put it in writing. But make sure it has this clear mesh stuff. I guess it's something to do with water separation right here. And all right, can't wait to get in. And as I said, I'm gonna jump in the pool and then the shower and get this thing started. I'm gonna prime it, and I'm gonna show that on most Super Duties. I know the F350 and the 450 have it. I'm not sure if the rest of them do. I'm assuming they do. There is a wire that you touch to the battery positive terminal, and it'll crank, but it won't start. This way you can build up fuel pressure and don't have that problem. And I'll probably cycle the key a couple times. But all right, I'm not going to bring this under there because I don't want to get covered in diesel fuel. But you got the picture. Okay, be right back. Okay, I just wanted to point out the bottom filter was a little dirty. Nice blue diesel. I don't know why so much ran out, but the filter itself had some dirt in it. Not a lot. I mean, I'm sure if I ripped it open, it wouldn't be that excessive. There was nothing on the second filter, so this filter was doing its job. And hopefully when I put the other filter in, all that lined up. I believe it just stops. When it gets in there, it stops at a point. And I get the exact, is that should have been top or bottom. Again, I'll look that up. But normally it should go exactly where it is, because there is a little tab in there that prevents it from going where it shouldn't. All right, I'll be back shortly, and we'll talk a little bit about whether or not this is real or fake. Pull this out. I had a really hard time getting out. You see that little I don't know if you can see this little probe in there. You take it and you hit it to the end of the battery over here, and you will hear the truck crank. If I can reach it, now watch, it will reach. So all you do is touch that inner part, it's over there, cranks the engine, doesn't start. I just wanted to do that, and then I'm going to cycle the key a couple more times, make sure it's full, make sure the injectors are all primed with oil. Might do this one more time. So all you do is take this, and you touch right there. Okay, and then you put this, don't forget to put this back on, otherwise you're not going to start. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to cycle the key a couple times, and then we're going to start this. And hopefully those filters were correct. All right, be right back. Okay, I snapped it back together. I had to put some of the silicone paste, waterproof and dielectric grease on it. It's just silicone. It snapped in. You feel a physical snap. There's a little red washer that was in there. Make sure that snaps in. And again, I'm going to cycle the key a couple times, turn it on. Then I'm going to go get the fuel pressure gauge and put it on there and make sure we're up 65, 70 pounds at idle. And then should be fine. We'll see. I'll take it for a test drive. I still got to put the boxes. I still got to bleed the brakes. I got a couple things to do. We're almost there. We're like 45 days away from destination. All right. Be back shortly. Let's find out if this starts. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me, but we're right around, it's about 70 at idle. Now, normally I would take it and drive it, tape it to the windshield, but don't need to do it this time. Let me shut the engine off. I could talk a little more. Okay, if you couldn't hear me before, it was at 70 pounds. I had the wife come in and stomp on the pedal a few times, didn't move. Now I know it should be on the load, I know it should be in drive, I know you go up and down hills. When you turn the key on, it goes right up to 70. What else? 2,000 RPMs, it drops like 1 or 2 pounds down to 68, 67. But other than that, she seems all right. I'm going to put the cap back on, make sure there's no leaks. And I'm going to assume the filters are well, but again, my question, are these real? And it's really bugging me because there's slight differences, which I may point out a little more details at the end here. I don't know. Should I have spent the $70 on Amazon for the real one, or gone to Ford and spent about the same? Or are these real? Love to hear your opinions, comments, but get back shortly. Well, I'm done. It seems to run really well, but I know this filter here came from Ford. And as you see, it has the little circles. They are different colored plastics. If you look at them this way, you will notice that the plastic, this lip is a little bigger than this lip. You flip this one over. All the writing is the same, but then again, it could be copied right down. Okay, this one doesn't have the little dimple It has a little dimple in the middle. This does not have a little dimple in the middle. All the numbers are the same. PA6, PA6. Also, I noticed that this was a hair harder to get into. It's like a hair bigger to get into the aftermarket cap. I haven't pulled out one of the original caps and see if it fits better. But this filter here seems to fit okay. The instructions, I don't remember Ford actually coming with this kind of instructions. O-ring, filter, housing, drain plug, cap, and same thing up here. I also remember Ford always had a separate bag for that O-ring. So I don't have this one. I have draining, so I don't really know. It does have a little weep hole. It does have the plastic. It says this. The box says made in USA. Motorcraft. It's spelled correctly. Powerstroke diesel. I don't know. There are some slight differences between this filter and this filter. So, as I did, I took the fuel pressure and everything else. Any comments? I will link the eBay site that I bought these on in the description below. And I don't know. I hate to screw up on the fuel, but I don't know. It seemed to do the job okay, I'd assume. It's all the same. But okay, thank you. Like and subscribe. Any comments, please feel free to comment. And the next video, probably gonna start working on the boxes. But those things. Anyway, all right. Have a great day. Peace.